Crown Jewels Racing. We're here back. It's been a while since I did one of these. Don't get me wrong. A lot of drama going in my life, especially for the NASCAR driver that ran tonight was Falcon, that drives the number 42 Chevrolet McDonald's car. He was 3 laps down and came back and took the victory. How did you manage to do that tonight, Falcon?
Luck, a lot of luck. uh, honestly, the Chip Ganassi McDonald's guys gave me a great car. It was kind of middle of the pack kind of deal, and worked my way up. Everybody in that last run kind of moved up the track and kind of made a gap for me, and black traffic was also a factor in me catching the leaders, and the 17 and the 48 getting together. The 9 behind me was catching me, and he ran into the wall, and if he didn't run into the wall, he could have gave me a run for my money. But held him off, and to come back for 3 laps down, and some kind of bottom of the ninth kind of miracle is pretty cool.
Yeah, you were back in the pack for the first 2 stages. You come back, get on back on the lead lap. You had Creek right behind you before at the end. Harvick actually had a good fast car tonight. After Storehouse gave him a good Jimmy John's freaky fast car. He had a quick car.
Yeah, he did.
He went with the right paint scheme for tonight.
Yeah, he done a great job, absolutely great job, and that's actually kind of cool to see Harvick up there running really good, top 5 most of the night. But like I said, this Chip Ganassi number 42 McDonald's Chevrolet was awesome. The Hendrick Power was fantastic. So I'm very appreciative of those guys and their hard work. To come back from 3 laps down is pretty cool. Haven't seen that kind of stuff since Bill Elliott done it in Talladega when he came back from 2 laps down under green flag conditions, but that's easier said than done.
Hell, Creek, the number 9 car, was giving you the run for your money at the end.
Yeah, he really was. Just he was there, and if I would have messed up, it would have been his race to win. But I don't know. I must have had a Kevin Harvick likes to say giant horseshoe stuck up my ass. With that Hendrick Power going against another Hendrick car is pretty cool.
Now let's see. We had Honor that was up there taking the first 2 stages.
Yeah, Honor was gone. I was running second at one point during the first stage, and I couldn't catch him. And that was hard, especially when everybody's trying to run the top side and nobody's giving anybody any room and cutting people off and getting into people. It was a crazy race, but to come back to win and finish the way I did, and that was surprising on me, because with about 3 to go, the 48 and 17 got together and got in a 3 with about 2 to go, and got loose, ran up into the 17, and I didn't mean to. Racing is racing,
Mm-hmm.
But I managed to hold that 9 off. Snagged me one.
Well, I heard over the radio that at the end, Harvick came over to his crew chief and said he should have took 4 tires at the end, and he would have been up there able to run with you and Creek at the end, see if he could have got a better finish.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Harvick should have took those 4 tires, and maybe the outcome would have been a whole lot closer. Could have been a whole lot more fun with 3 cars and just instead of just 2. And you know, you never know.
Now, Xfinity was at Daytona last night. What did you think of the Daytona race last night?
I have no comment. I'm gonna pull Kyle Busch. I have no comment. No comment.
I knew that was coming.
No comment.
So next Sunday for a Cup Series, we're at Michigan Motor Speedway.
I love that place. Love Michigan.
What do you think? You could take the sweep there?
I don't know. If Creek's got a good car, if 13's got a good car, anybody could win. Anybody can win. It's just Michigan is a good track. It's wide. It's spacious. Fuel mileage is going to be the name of the game. So whoever's got, thinking 3 steps ahead of everybody else, going to really win that race, because this is going to come down to fuel or a last lap pass.
Well, let's see. Harvick, he had a good car at Charlotte. He comes to Kansas, and he had a good fast car tonight to be up there with yous.
Yeah, he did. And I like how Harvick's putting in the time and the effort and trying to get where he needs to be, and eventually he'll get up there and get
a second win
get a
in the
win.
Cup Series.
Just steal one. Just steal one out of nowhere, and that's going to be the surprising fact to me. Is
well, let's look back. Let's look back when he first came up to this league. He had no one had no clue until he took the track at Daytona and came and took the win from Donkey. His very first win at Daytona for the last lap pass to take it from Donkey.
Well, Donkey's a really great guy. I enjoy racing around him, and had a lot of fun last night with him at Daytona, getting him up there and with the draft and trying to help push him to the win. And last night was just absolutely crazy. Tonight was even crazier. So hopefully this next 3 races are going to be as fun as the last 3, and hopefully I could snag another win. That'd be fun somewhere in the trucks or the Xfinity Cup. I'm not so sure about. This is one of the ones that I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't expecting to win. I was expecting to kind of hang out towards the back or towards the middle of the field, but to come back and with a handful of laps to go and knew it was go time and went for it, and it pulled off. I mean, I ain't going to complain on that.
So next week in trucks, I don't even know if I'm going to be racing because that track ain't my track to race on. It's just like Martinsville. Think you're going to have a good setup for that track?
Which one?
Let me see here. Think it's New Hampshire.
Because I see Kentucky, Gateway, and Michigan.
Trucks for Gateway.
Set it up like Martinsville, because Gateway is like Darlington and Martinsville put together. It's an egg shape, but it's short and fast, and going to be a lot of fun. A lot of strategies going to be played out. Depends on how loose you want to get the truck, and we'll see.
Then for Xfinity, you're at Kentucky. So we're Creek messed up before the race even started. He meant to change it back to Kansas, but the screen went to Kentucky.
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny to see. Us going to Kentucky instead of Kansas, and this is kind of weird. Either or, never know what's going to happen in each race.
Well, we know Creek's watching the driver of the 999 car, because he just we're at Gateway.
Well, if Creek is watching on YouTube or listening to us right now, I look forward to racing you at Gateway, man, and Kentucky. Let's see if you could get around me, because that's going to be a whole lot more fun to see you try to pass me.
Now, I don't remember if it was you in the race that said that you won't race another speedway race after Daytona last night.
No, that wasn't me. I love super speedway racing. It's so hard because people can chop you down, or is Creek being a goof?
Yeah.
What did Creek say?
He goes bump and run.
Okay, I got you, Creek. I got you, bud. I got you, man. I'll see you when we get to Bristol. I got you.
Yeah, Bristol's a good track too.
I love Bristol. And if Creek's in the lead and he moved me, at Bristol, I got to move him back.
Now, at Candace tonight, what was your perfect, where were you running? Like the high line, the low line, or in the middle?
High line. High line.
Now, what I heard, Harvick, I seen Harvick control, almost all three lines. He was at the bottom, he was at the middle, he was up top. He was almost controlling all three lines. He ran all over that track tonight.
From what I seen, Harvick was all over the place, top, bottom, and the middle. It was fantastic to see him run all three lanes, and it's actually kind of cool to see Harvick, like I said, put in the time and the effort and the focus and determination to get better, and he's done a hell of a job.
Greek just said all love.
All love to you, Creek. All love.
He also said we'll be like Earnhardt. It'd be like LeBron and Earnhardt.
He's referring to the two incidents between Labonte and Earnhardt.
Okay.
Once in '95 where Earnhardt turned Labonte and Labonte still won the race. And then the second time where Earnhardt won the race, but he dumped Terry. So if both of those happen at Bristol and, both outcomes happen, that'd be kind of funny. But, if it happens, it happens. If we race each other clean, we race each other clean, Rubbin's racing. It happens.
So let's switch to a different subject. The championship at Phoenix, where Chase Elliott took his very first Monster Sprint Cup win. What did you think of that?
Chase is a well-deserved champion. I got to give his guys that. Alec Gustafson on the pit box, former crew chief for Jeff Gordon and for Busch. Great guy all around. It's just that call at Martinsville that should have stood. That should have been a penalty. the Jack Man came over the wall too soon. Honestly, like I said, that should have been a penalty.
Now that I
NASCAR
don't know how
should.
that works because what I heard, he went back to the wall very quickly, and
It
I
doesn't
really don't
matter.
know how that works.
NASCAR has had that rule since the very beginning. You jump off the wall too soon, that's a penalty. It doesn't matter if you go touch the wall like you're playing a game of tag or trying to touch home base. You know, you can't do that. You should have that penalty. Going over the wall too soon. That goes for anybody. Chase Elliott would not be the champion. Like, I could get so much hate for it right now, and that's fine. But a penalty is a penalty. NASCAR should hold it and not just give it to somebody, you know? Because that looks not only bad on the sport, but also the team as well. You know, like Hendrick Motorsports, that doesn't happen very often at Hendrick. They put in the time, they put in the effort, they put in the work. And if I was Rick Hendrick, that guy would have been fired immediately.
Well, speaking of being fired, speaking of drivers being fired, what do you think Matt Kenseth should have stayed in NASCAR? Do you think he should have retired?
Matt Kenseth, I love Matt Kenseth dearly. He's a great driver, great sense of humor.
Hell, he came out of retirement and look how he did this year. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, he's still got the talent, you know, to drive for Ryan Newman for some races, and then what happened to Kyle Larson. Thank goodness he's coming back with that number 5 car.
Yeah, it's actually going to feel weird actually seeing the number 5 back out on the track.
Well, we need to get rid of the 9 and bring the 25 back, and then you would basically have Hendrick Motorsports all over again.
No, the only reason why Chase Elliott has the 9 is because of his father.
Well, Chase Elliott can also run the 94, and that's his dad's number 2. So.
But hell, once Harvick retires, that's gonna be my favorite driver. I already have his one of his cars and a T-shirt. So.
I mean, like I said, Chase Elliott's gonna be a good champion. But like I said, NASCAR should hold their penalties to a higher standard. Chase Elliott should have got a penalty. The win at Martinsville basically would have been taken away, and Kevin Harvick would have battled for the championship instead of Chase Elliott.
Yeah, Harvick was having the last race at Martinsville. Harvick was having not a good race, I should say. Like, his son was put in the hospital. He was sick. So his mind wasn't set straight for anything besides his son.
No.
So his mind wasn't set on winning a championship, and that I could understand. There's always the next following year where he could come back, run as hard as he did this year, and get back in it and win another championship.
I'm ready for Denny Hamlin to win it. I like Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's a great guy. People could say, well, Denny's a bad driver. Denny likes to run into people. Well, Denny's doing what Denny likes to do.
The last time I seen Denny Hamlin run into someone was when Chase Elliott was a rookie.
But see, I don't think Chase understood then as he does now, Rubbin's racing. And that's bound to happen. Like the incident between Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth when Joey took out Matt and Matt had a penalty that NASCAR held up. Let me make that clear to everybody watching on YouTube, everybody who's listening. Matt Kenseth got a penalty at Kansas and got knocked out of the playoffs because of Joey Logano.
Hey, I remember that because they two were going at it because of.
And at Martinsville, Matt Kenseth finished the job.
Exactly.
And that produced Jeff Gordon's final win. And that's, that's one of the moments I will always thank Matt Kenseth for, is wrecking Joey Logano.
Hell, I really don't like Joey Logano anyway.
I mean, if I had the choice between Joey and Chase, I'm choosing Chase. I'm sorry, I can't stand Joey Logano. Joey Logano fans can hate me right now. I don't care. That's my personal opinion. Don't get me wrong, he's a good driver. He just had shit handed to him. He wasn't an AJ.
Oh, yeah, yes, he did.
He wasn't an AJ Foyt. He wasn't a Mario Andretti. He wasn't an Ayrton Senna or Dale Sr. or Jeff Gordon. He wasn't those kind of guys. Like, those guys worked their ass off, multiple time champions. Just to mention those guys in the sentence, all those guys in the sentence, is, mind-boggling between the wins and the championships and all those guys have accomplished. And compare Joey Logano to Dale Sr. or anybody like that's like throwing sand in a fire. Doesn't mean nothing. Don't get me wrong, Joey's got talent. He's running out of talent. He's won one championship, one Daytona 500. He hasn't won the Indy. Brad has. Brad's won the championship. I'd rather choose Brad over damn Joey. My honest opinion. I like Ryan Blaney over both Joey and Brad.
So what do you think of Kyle Busch not being in it this year?
Well, everybody hits a rough patch. Even, drivers that, compete week in, week out and trying to do their best. And I like Kyle Busch. I definitely like Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is a driver of drivers. He, like I said, Joe Gibbs hired, Denny and Truex and Busch to win championships. And between two of those three guys, there's 3 titles already. That 18 car has won 3 championships. 3. 1 with Terry Labonte and 2 with Kyle Busch. The 20 car's got a championship. 2 of them. And that was with Tony Stewart.
Yep.
Martin Truex Jr.'s got 1. Now Denny Hamlin needs to be that set right there. And Joe Gibbs would be 1 step closer to tying or breaking the record with RCR and Dale Sr. of 6. Because one for Labonte, 2 for Stewart, 2 with Busch. No, they're tied. So, because of Martin Truex Jr., they're tied. So, if Denny Hamlin wins, Joe Gibbs would be a 7-time NASCAR champion, owner, and 2-time Super Bowl champion. Now, that's incredible. to come over from a $1 million organization like the Washington Redskins in 1992, start a team up, and hire Dale Jarrett and win their first time out is absolutely amazing. And then to see the progress that they made from Chevrolet to Pontiac, and then back to Chevrolet, staying with Chevrolet up until 07 or 08 when Toyota came in, switched to Toyota, and stayed with it. You know, just to be with, you know, two manufacturers, GM and Toyota, and win 6 titles, and from 93 up until last year, because Kyle Busch won the championship last year in 19.
Now, after this year with Denny Hamlin getting together with Michael Jordan and making their own team, do you really think they're going to actually have a chance next year to actually get up there and win at least some races?
Honestly, they're the 5th JGR car. Everybody, you know, wants to say that they are the 5th JGR car. You know, with like Furniture Row Racing and that whole situation with Martin Truex Jr., him winning the championship. That was, you know, the correlation between those two teams.
Hell, I can't wait for 2022 when they bring up the next gen car.
The new car?
Yeah. Well, I seen on
that's
Facebook.
That's going to be exciting.
I seen on Facebook. Oh my God, they sound like an actual race car.
I would relate them to V8 supercars. Because they don't have a regular manual transmission anymore.
Oh no.
They're going to a sequential gearbox. And basically what that is, for people who don't know, a sequential gearbox is a manual gearbox, but it's also like an automatic. You can sit here and shift up and shift down, like in a he-she transmission. That would be called a sequential gearbox, because you're having to shift it forward and also shift it down. So that's how it's like an automatic and a manual at the same time. The V8 supercars use the sequential gearbox, and you see how they race. They race so close together, like it's fantastic to watch V8 supercars, the Holdens, the Fords, those guys like Dick Johnson and Roger Penske. Dick Johnson being one of the greatest V8 supercar drivers there were or was. Thank God he's still around. Marcus Ambrose, of course, everybody's heard of that, his name. He came over from V8 supercars. Scott McLaughlin, a driver over for Roger Penske. There's so much NASCAR drivers could learn from the V8 supercar guys, especially with something like a gearbox like that, because, you know, the downforce is going to be there. There's bigger brake rotors, so they can, you know, brake much harder, brake later. I think
let's go back a few years. As long as one doesn't hit a jet dryer at Daytona.
Oh God. How many Colombians does it take out? How many Colombians does it take to take out a jet dryer?
Just one.
Just one. Thanks, Clint Boyer. Appreciate it, buddy.
Geez, I remember that race. That race was like almost rain delayed. Then they started up
Uh,
during the night.
I don't own the copyrights to that joke. Clint Boyer does. So if Clint Boyer's watching or listening, don't sue me. Just throwing that out there.
Hell, he's retiring this year too.
I think Clint Boyer and Jeff Gordon are going to be good as far as commentary goes. Clint brings a whole lot of excitement that DW used to back in the day, and I love DW to death, but it got old very, very quick. I kind of got tired of him during the latter stages of his announcing career because he just kept making mistakes. And Clint, everybody loves Clint.
Oh, Clint is a funny guy. He is very funny.
Clint Boyer is the type of dude that you just want to have a beer with, not talk about racing, and just talk about life. He's just one of them kind of guys. And I think Clint and Jeff and Mike Joy up in the booth calling that, the Daytona 500, the spectacle of racing, our version of, the Monaco Grand Prix, the Indianapolis 500, just that excitement. In the next couple months, they're getting ready to fire up the cars again. To see this last year of the Gen 6 cars, kind of sad. We've had this car for, a while. I like to see NASCAR make a couple changes as far as the playoffs, and why don't we just take it back to the old Winston Cup format? Yeah. Do the stages, make things exciting.
See, they could keep the stages, but just take it back to the old format where it was like even funner.
Everybody has a chance to win the championship. It doesn't come down to, 4 guys racing not only the racetrack, but their fellow competitors, and it gets to be a lot of pressure, and Chase Elliott handled that pressure very, very well, and that's why he's going to make a good champion.
Oh yeah, especially after starting in the back at Phoenix and working his way back up to the front. He handled that very well.
Mm-hmm.
But that should end it for tonight. Catch you at the next race. Now, before it ended this far, I have just one more question for you.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Now are you going to take everyone out and buy McDonald's for them after the race?
No, they gotta buy me McDonald's.
And normally the way it is, the winner buys for everyone.
No. I came back from 3 laps down. I think everybody owes me McDonald's because I had to drive through everybody, more than one fucking time. So it's like, okay, I think everybody owes me McDonald's. So if everybody's listening, pay me, McDonald's food. It'd be fantastic. I like my chicken sandwiches with cheese and pickles as well. A medium fry and a medium Coke. So everybody, just to let everybody know what my order is. But I look forward to talking to you more and helping you out as far as these pre-race interviews go. And I appreciate you walking